Today might just seem like an ordinary day to you, but in the world of Call of Duty and Activision, everything has changed. We're about to drop a load of bombshells in this video, stuff which you've seen in the title you're intrigued at, so I'm not going to waste any more time. We're going to be jumping straight into it. And in the business world, Activision has just held their Q4 2018 conference call. There is a lot of business stuff which we don't need to talk about in this video, but what they did drop during this was the first tease of Call of Duty 2019, and we already know what modes it is going to have, which is insane. We're also going to be talking about the DLC coming soon for Black Ops 4, as well as how in the future we should be expecting more DLC more often, and we'll talk about why. So sit down, get comfy, because this is going to be a really interesting video. So first of all, it is now official. Activision confirmed that Infinity Ward is making this year's Call of Duty. They have high expectations for this year's game. They are extremely excited for it and what it represents. And they say that the game is rooted in the franchise's history. And the chief financial officer said during a Q&A that he thinks that this is the best Call of Duty game that the team has ever created. And the Activision Blizzard CEO said that in the 10 years he's seen Call of Duty development, he's never seen this much excitement amongst the studios for a new Call of Duty game. So with that in mind, and it being deep rooted in the franchise's history, to me it's a no-brainer that it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. If you guys think otherwise, let me know what game you think they're making down below in the comment section, but what else could it mean if it's deep rooted in the franchise's history? They even said during playtests there's just so much excitement around it, and from the other various developers working on it and the other developers at other Call of Duty studios, so if it's not Modern Warfare 4, I'll be really surprised. But we got even more details. We got confirmed that the game will have a full new expansive campaign, a quote-unquote large multiplayer mode, and co-op experiences, but emphasis on new co-op experiences. Now, year on year, we've seen zombies slapped into every Call of Duty game that isn't a Treyarch game. Exo zombies, World War II zombies, Infinity Ward zombies. I think at this point in Call of Duty's history, it would benefit the zombies mode if it wasn't recycled and regurgitated every single year. And they mentioned that this is going to be new co-op experiences. Maybe I'm going a little bit too wild there. I think they just said new co-op experience, but either way, this might mean that it isn't zombies, and I don't think this means it will be Battle Royale either. Them describing the multiplayer as a large multiplayer mode singularly makes it sound like it could become Battle Royale, but the way that the gaming market is always morphing, I think Call of Duty might actually be damaged if it does come with the traditional multiplayer, as it's just getting a bit stale. But it says that this is a large MP mode, so to me, that sounds like Battle Royale, but we'll have to see. But if you had control over a new co-op mode being put into Modern Warfare 4, what would you want the co-op mode to be? Would you want it to be zombies? Would you want it to be extinction aliens? Would you want it to be dinosaurs? Either way, this is going to be the next zombies mode. Whatever it is, it's going to be replacing zombies, so this better be damn good. Call of Duty is also changing forever today, because today Activision have actually laid off around 800 jobs in the US. Now, the people that are losing their jobs are all based within Activision themselves. They are not jobs involving the studios or developers. So what this means is, whilst this is a really unfortunate situation to whoever at Activision is affected, this is actually going to help benefit Call of Duty in the long run, as there's going to be a lot more developers being able to work on more content more frequently for Call of Duty, working to bring more content more often with new development resources, and the company plans to better integrate studios to deliver more consistent releases. What if this means we might get a mashup of Treyarch and Infinity Ward working together to create an ultimate Call of Duty game? If this really is what we think it is, and the studios could actually merge together and work alongside each other to create a Call of Duty game, instead of it being a year-on-year cycle with different studios creating different versions of Call of Duty, this could really change things up severely. But I'm probably under the impression that simply they're going to be sharing more assets with each other and having more developers jump on board even temporarily to help fix out all the kinks to bring out a successful finished product. Because in the year of 2019, AAA games have to release completely polished and flawless, otherwise they are not going to succeed. I'd personally love to see Treyarch and Infinity Ward work together so that we can see perhaps a Modern Warfare themed Blackout map, complete with characters and weapons and stuff like that. David Vonderhaar even said in an interview back in September that sort of thing is not off the cards, but they're just going to be focusing mainly on their own Treyarch characters and lore first. Having an ultimate crossover like this would actually benefit Call of Duty so much in the long run because it's really at a point where it could benefit from something like this. Activision also announced today that they're continuing their partnership with the Chinese developers Tencent to bring a new mobile Call of Duty game. Now, if you watch my channel avidly, you will know at the start of the year or towards the end of the year, I released some gameplay of that Call of Duty mobile game in action, which actually has a load of transit maps as part of the zombies mode, which is really cool. And if they can flesh that out and bring that to a global scale, that could be a really, really big deal, as we've not really had a robust Call of Duty game on mobile ever that actually contains all the modes of a full COD game, such as a campaign, a multiplayer, and zombies mode. We're talking about DLC 2 of Black Ops 4, since some of you guys might be interested in that, with the Activision president announcing that the next season of content on February 19th is the biggest content release for Black Ops 4. They say the operation is the biggest operation with the most amount of content they've released in one single drop for Black Ops 4. And going forward, they promise to add more content into Black Ops 4 more regularly. And I think this is the one complaint that all of us Black Ops 4 fans have had since DLC 1, really. There's just not been enough content. And with the game promising to be the most up-to-date, constantly updated game, we sort of expected a format similar to Fortnite, with weekly updates always adding in brand new things to the game, be it events, weapons, characters, specialists. Activision fully realized that in a world where games get updated so frequently, they are really putting themselves at a disadvantage for not doing that. And I thought they're going to take it seriously with Black Ops 4, and they haven't as of yet. But with all of these layoffs, which is going to allow them to invest more in getting more developers on board to create more content more often, this shouldn't become too much of a problem. That's really a roundup of all the information that we got from this investors call. But here's the questions I want to ask you. Call of Duty 2019, do you think it's Modern Warfare 4, yes or no? What do you think this new co-op experience could be inside of a Call of Duty game which is deep rooted in the franchise history? Do you think that Activision and Treyarch are going to deliver on their promise of delivering more content more often into Black Ops 4? And what sort of content do you think they need to be delivering more often? With the new operation dropping next week, we're expecting new content across all modes, and so far it's been teased that we're getting stuff in Blackout. Today we got a teaser for a multiplayer map, so we should be hearing something about zombies. They said we're getting content in all three modes, so it would be absolutely barbaric if they didn't actually give us something brand new in zombies, i.e. DLC 2. Whatever happens, I'll keep you informed. But if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like rating. This is absolutely huge news for Call of Duty, and your feedback and thoughts on everything in the comment section is greatly appreciated, as I'm going to be reading absolutely everything. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.